So I'm going to finally show off the new Jumbo Machinder figure from Bandai, just released. This is the first. There is a second already announced, and hopefully they're going to continue this line. Right here I have an original Shogun Warrior from the 1970s. These are not the same figure, so don't expect them to look the same. And they are also coming out with Great Mazinger. You could tell by the crest. This is Mazinger Z, that is Great Mazinger. The reason I brought this one out is just to show the level of quality. As far as I can tell, the plastic is the same quality. This figure has been incredibly durable given the fact that I played with it and then I gave it to my nephews and they played with it. You can see stickers are wearing away, some damage to the sticker there. We have a piece there that is broken, but mostly I've also lost one of the swords, but I've got as many. This one was chewed upon. The Jet Scrander, or whatever it's called, Pilder, it's still there, but it's in great shape. And I've seen a lot that are selling online that are not in great shape. So these are durable figures, and I'm going to assume that this has at least the same level of durability. If I had taken this, put it on a shelf 45 years ago or whatever, and not played with it, it probably would look new, except need a dust job. So these are stickers on here. There are stickers up here. So there are at least 4 different versions that exist of this figure. This is very similar to those. To the naked eye, people might not even be able to tell the difference, but there are some slight differences that make this unique. I think mostly it's improvements, and I'm not going to go through them all, but I would say the paint job, look at the paint job on here, okay, and compare it to here. This is not due to the age of the figure. You could see paint bleeding around here, some blue up there, like they kind of just sprayed it sloppily. The blue is on top of his mouthpiece here, whereas there they did a nice separation. So this is higher quality. Again, these are not expected to be the same figures, but I would say that I don't own the original Jumbo Machinder of this figure, so I can't compare, but I've seen pictures online. They are definitely improving the quality. I have seen pictures below of the feet, and you could see here very nice. I only have one hand now, so I can't show it, but very nice squared off bottoms on there, whereas the original was a bit sloppier. This was $170, and that was the best price I saw. So is it worth $170? It is to me, okay, because this has sentimental value. It has nostalgia to me. To someone who's a new collector, I mean, it might be, because I would say, people can correct me, these may be the most famous Japanese robot figures ever. A lot of other companies have tried to kind of recapture it, but often they will have very high prices. So you could see the Great Mazinger is slightly larger, but again, I have no doubt that this is the original size. So I don't think that they shrank it at all. One of the big differences. Okay, so there's 2 big differences. One of them is that the fist will shoot out, and I don't feel like making it shoot, but basically it slides in. Okay. Now I replaced the right arm with the missile shooting arm, and so it came within the big box, and this big box is fantastic. It is different from It's very, very, very similar to the boxes from the 70s, but it's slightly different. And I would say that probably because um, they had to take pictures of the recent figure because there are differences. But also the original one was showing um, the fists like that, shooting out. Now they don't shoot out in the original ones, but they would kind of make it look like they were. You would have to just yank it off, and you have to kind of yank this one off. This one doesn't peg in like that one. I haven't taken this one out, but you could see it doesn't have that. It doesn't have this thing on it. So they took a new photo, but it's so similar. Everything is really similar, and I love this box. And this box is precisely the size that it needs to be. So the fists came in this box, which came in this larger box. And my understanding is that those fists were sold as an add-on, that they were not originally sold with the figure. So you're getting a little bit more than what you got with the original figure. The original figure, my understanding is, adjusted for inflation, would be about $56 in 2021. So this, it's all plastic except for there's springs in there. And the other big difference is that the Pilder uses a magnet. The other one had like a stem here and a hole here. This one uses a magnet, and I think it's very cool that they did that. I think that's considerably better than the way it was done in the 1970s. So I have no doubt that if I put this on a shelf, it will stay in excellent, pristine condition. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's so big, it'd be hard to put in a cabinet. You'd have to have a very large cabinet. But despite the cost, $170, I don't regret it. The Mazinger Z is more elaborate. The one that's going to be coming out, I think maybe next year, and it's over $200. So there are tons and tons of different. My guess is they're not going to go through every single jumbo Machinder because a lot of them didn't stand the test of time. But I think hopefully they're going to be going through maybe 6 to 12 of the most popular figures. But I definitely will continue to get them. I'm gonna have to find a place for them. I do have a place for maybe a couple, but if I get more than a couple, and I've already pre-ordered the second one. But I am not displeased with this figure at all. It is really, really, really nice and so evocative of the era in which it was created. I don't like to sit there and speculate on investment, but I'll bet you these are going to be super popular, and this writing is different too. So of course it would have to be. So that is the look at the first of the new line of Bandai Jumbo Machinder, and this is Mazinger Z.